Hey, Pete Mark, probate specialist here in Denver, Colorado. Well, today, instead of continuing with our probate in a nutshell series, I decided to make this video because just yesterday I came across a case that demonstrates how important it is to have the right professionals on your team when going through probate and being the administrator of somebody's estate. So yesterday I called a personal representative who was appointed by the courts to administer his mom's estate. And in most estates, there is real property, and it is usually the largest asset to an estate or in the estate. And this case was no different. Mom passed away, and she had a home as well as some other assets. So everything was in the estate. When I called and chatted with this individual, I learned that he had just put the notice to the creditors in the newspapers about a week ago. He had already transferred the ownership of his mom's property, his mom's house, into his own name, and he was getting ready to rent it out. I mean, this guy was ready to go. His attorney had informed him that they were going to close the probate case today. And he had already had an attorney, quote, taking care of everything for him, unquote. I asked him who the attorney was that he was working with because I've worked with a lot of attorneys here in the Metro Denver area. Unfortunately, I didn't recognize the attorney's name, but then he further informed me that the attorney was his tax attorney that this gentleman had used for several years with his for his personal taxes as well as his business taxes. So a few minutes after hanging up the phone, I really felt bad for this guy because this could come back and cost him, the heirs, and the estate quite a bit of additional money. So here's why. He hired a tax attorney that he knew and trusted, like I said, for many years to do his estate. Unfortunately, by using the tax attorney to do his probate estate, it is likely this is going to, like I said, cost the estate and the heirs a few thousand additional dollars. Just in the conversation I had with him, I identified three problems he could potentially have with the estate in the future. So, first of all, he had already transferred his mother's home into his name. This may or may not be an issue, but this is one of the top mistakes that individuals make when they don't have the right people advising them. The home was transferred into his name prior to him receiving the authority to do so from the courts and to administer the estate. Before you can do anything with a decedent's assets, you have to get permission from the court and be appointed as a personal representative. Second, he was told by his attorney they would be closing the probate today. Today, I think, is the 27th of April, and they just put the notice to creditors on April 21st, last week in the papers. Okay. So, when probating an estate here in Colorado, in most cases, and I say in most cases, creditors have approximately 120 days or about 4 months to submit a claim, a valid claim against an estate. And I said in most cases because there is another time frame another criteria that comes into play with creditors and filing claims. But that's another conversation that we'll cover in a different video. So if this estate ends up being closed today, as he stated, and as he was advised by his tax attorney, and a creditor comes forward in the next 4 month time frame, this individual, he's going to have to reopen the probate. He's going to have to notify all of the heirs that the probate is being open. And on top of that, there's going to be additional court filing fees, notification fees, and the estate may have to pay out additional funds to any of these creditors that have claims that are actually valid. It could get very expensive, unfortunately. And thirdly, he used his tax attorney to handle his probate case. Now, he said this attorney, he's used him for many years for his taxes. Okay. There are many deadlines and documents which need to be filed with the courts while probating an estate. And it was clear to me in the conversation I had with this individual, that while he might have a very excellent tax attorney, that the attorney advising him was very unaware of deadlines in a probate. So here's the tie-in with the title of today's video. If you go up in the mountains and you go skiing and something happens, you fall down, you break an arm or you break a leg, let's assume you're going to go to the doctor. But here's the question. Are you going to go see a dentist, an eye doctor, or an orthopedic doctor? Most of us, I'd like to think, are going to go and see the orthopedic doctor and not the dentist or not the eye doctor, because you have a broken arm or a broken leg, broken bone. The orthopedic doctor specializes in that, while the other doctors specialize in broken teeth and eye issues. All of these individuals are doctors and probably excellent doctors in what they do. They all have licenses to practice medicine, but they specialize in one aspect of medicine. Same with attorneys and real estate agents. You should have a team of professionals on your side representing you and looking out for your best interests and the interests of the estate. These individuals who know the ins and outs, the time frames and issues that could arise during the administration of a probate case. Okay, so someone who specializes in probate, just like in the example of the broken bone, and which doctor you would go to. There are many things that could go sideways, could go wrong in a probate case. Most of the time, again, most of the time, they don't. But you should be prepared, because you never know what's going to happen down in the future or down the road. Now, as a real estate agent myself, I specialize in probate. That's all I do. I see many estate properties listed incorrectly in the MLS, excuse me. And I have many people that tell me they're using their friend, their past real estate agent, or a real estate agent that was recommended to them. Well, that's fine and great for 99% of the listings to sell property. However, many of these real estate agents may only sell an estate property once or twice a year. And if they're a part time realtor or real estate agent, maybe even less than that, where a certified probate real estate specialist, such as myself, in my opinion, is better prepared to advise a personal representative throughout the whole process. So, if you find yourself in a situation where you have lost a friend or a loved one, seek out a professional who is trained in probate and not a generalist, or someone who you might know and like, and it could potentially save you a lot of headaches and the estate potentially thousands of additional dollars. So in a nutshell, I guess there it is. You're going to go to the doctor that's an orthopedic, or you're going to go to the doctor who is a dentist or an eye specialist for your broken arm. If you have any questions relating to probate or are in need of an estate planning or probate attorney, please give me a call, text me or email. My phone number is 720-203-8812. You can reach me by email, pete.marck@gmail.com. You can also check out my webpage, frontrangehomes.us. Make sure you put .us, not .com. And you can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pete Mark, Probate Specialist. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.